Hi everybody. Today I wanted to do a lesson on feel. We're going to take a very simple chord progression. We're going to talk about some Latin feels here. Now this chord progression is very simple. And we're going to play in a kind of Bossa style. And what we're going to do is we're going to go from E minor to A7, from F minor to B flat 7. Okay, now you might have noticed I was playing that with my thumb and a palm mute. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Feel. Okay. We can take a regular bossa feel, which would, if you play it the orthodox way, right, and that's just playing the root. That's just playing the root notes. Right, so okay, that's of course going to sound correct. It's going to sound fine if you do that in context, but the texture is just rather plain. If we add in some passing notes, it can make it sound much more interesting and drive it a little bit more. So that's one thing that I think really helps in feel, is also to select what kind of tone you're going to play with. Are you going to play fingerstyle close to the neck to achieve a warmer tone? Which pickup are you going to select as well? That's another question. Are you going to just select the neck pickup so that you get a woodier tone? You don't get so much of the brightness toward the bridge. Or are you going to mix them? Are you going to boost the bass? These are all things to consider, what you're going to do when you play. But a lot of tone can come from your hand alone. At the moment I have this bass set in the middle, tone-wise, and I have the pickups balanced. But I can achieve different tonalities just by changing where I play and also the velocity at which I play as well, the strength with which I pluck the strings. So these are all things to consider. Another thing you can do is you can funkify your feel as well. If I turn the beat on again, we'll just start playing plain. There I added a rhythmic embellishment. I added triplet. And I also added some passing notes. So those passing notes, what was I doing? Just going up the scale, basically. Going up the scale of B flat major. Actually, this is F major, strictly speaking, because we have a raised fifth in there. raised fourth in there, sorry, which is the E natural. So I was just approaching the root note, approaching to the root note by going up the scale of B flat. Also, another pattern that you can use is to go from the fifth, when you hit the B flat 7, you can go up from the 5th, 6th, 7th, flat 7th, right? And that'll take you onto the 5th. You could even go onto the 5th of the E. So it gives you more motion and more interest in your bass line. So I wouldn't overdo this. Keep it nice and solid and put in these little ideas occasionally is the key. Okay, so those are 2 patterns there. So let's just recap that pattern. So that's pattern 1, just approaching the root note on the E minor by playing up the scale from the B flat 7. You notice I'm slapping my bass just to emphasize where the time is for you guys to hear as I play. I wouldn't do that in a live situation because that's going to get in the way of the drums. I would keep it just plain, right? Okay, the other pattern was going up from the 5th of the B flat major, the B flat 7, up to the root. So that's actually F minor up to B flat. How does that sound with the chords? Well, like that. Okay? So that gives you an idea of how it sounds. So those are a couple of patterns. Alright, and what I've done is I've made some tablatures of those patterns and the chord progression. And what I'm going to do as well is give you guys a little practice loop as well with the chord progression recorded, so that you can simply practice playing these bass feels over it. I'm going to do another lesson on this where we introduce slap, and that's coming up fairly soon. You'll find it in this little series of Latin groove lessons. Okay? Thanks for watching.